More problems arose when our hand pumps started to block up with the debris floating around in the cabins and the electric pump short circuited. Now, they already had many problems, but the problems rose further when the hand pumps that were pumping out water, they short circuited because of the debris floating around in the cabins. The scattered fragments of broken things that was floating around in the water, that got into the electric pumps and they short circuited. So they stopped functioning. With the result, the water level rose threateningly. The water level began to rise alarmingly. Back on deck, I found that our two spare hand pumps had been wrenched overboard. And when the author tried to find the spare hand pumps, he saw that both the hand pumps had been thrown overboard, along with the forestaysail, the jib, the dinghies, and the main anchor. Now, along with these hand pumps, the sail, the jib, which are made of material to move the ship forward, it helps to move the ship catch speed, and the dinghies, small boats, and the main anchor. And the main anchor is a heavy object attached to a rope or chain, and which is used to slow down the ship or to stop the ship. That also had fallen. Then I remembered we had another electric pump under the chart room floor. Then he remembered that they had one electric pump in the chart room floor. Now, chart room is a place where there are maps and other instruments which help to decide the route of the ship, the direction of the ship. It is help for navigation purpose. I connected it to an out pipe and was thankful to find that it worked. Now he connected that pump to an out pipe. Now this pump was functioning and it started throwing out water. The night dragged on with an endless, bitterly cold routine. The night passed on with an endless, never-ending, bitterly cold routine. Bitterly, very painful, extremely, severely cold routine of pumping, stirring, and working the radio. The whole night they kept pumping water, they kept trying to stir the ship, and they kept trying working the radio. We were getting no replies to our mayday calls. Now, mayday calls are call for helps. They are distress calls, or you can say also SOS, that is Save Our Souls calls, which was not surprising in this remote corner of the world. Now, in this remote corner of the world, there were no other ships which would hear their distress calls, because it was a very secluded, a very distant part of the world, not frequented by many ships. So, no one was able to hear their distress calls. Sue's head had swollen alarmingly. She had two enormous black eyes, and now she showed us a deep cut on her arm. Now her head had swollen a lot, and she had two enormous, big black eyes. There was dark blackness under her eyes, and now she showed us a deep cut on her. There was a deep cut on her arm also. When I asked why she hadn't made more of her injuries before this, she replied, I did not want to worry you when you were trying to save us all. Now she was only 7 years old, but still she realized that her father was very busy in trying to save their lives. They were all in danger. So she did not want to distract him from that and want him to give more attention to her. She was injured very badly, but she withstood her pain and did not complain about her injuries to her father, because she did not want to distract him. She was a very mature girl. She was very mature for her age. By morning on January 3rd, the pumps had the water level sufficiently under control for us to take 2 hours rest in rotation. Now, by morning of 3rd January, the water level had gone down, and it had gone down to an extent that now they could afford to take 2 hours rest in rotation. Not all of them could take rest. One by one they could take rest, but the rest had to keep on pumping. But we still had a tremendous leak somewhere below. They had a very huge leak somewhere below the water line, and on checking I found that nearly all the boat's main rib frames were smashed down to the keel. In fact, there was nothing holding up a whole section of the starboard hull except a few cupboard partitions. Now, when he checked the underneath part of the ship, he found that the lower part of the main wooden structure, was totally smashed to the keel. Now, keel is on which the rest of the hull is built. The whole structure of the ship or boat is built on this keel. And in some vessels, it is extended downwards as a blade or a ridge to increase stability. It would be probably the bottom part of the ship, the center, the main piece of wood which supports the whole structure of the boat, that had been damaged.